boys and girls, and welcome to the Crafty Corner. I'm Miss Lisa, and we're here at the Fayette County Public Library. Today we are going to make a craft stick mousse. Come pick up your little packet. Everything you need is right in here. So let's just dump it out and get started. So inside your packet you're going to find some brown foam and a white piece of paper and some painted brown sticks and two big giant eyes. All right, so to make this mousse, the first thing we need to do is you're going to need some white glue, boys and girls, not the glue stick today, because we need to make the sticks stick to the paper. So we're going to scribble our glue on here, and we're going to lay it on pretty thick because, you know, making sticks glue to paper, you need plenty of glue. So then you're just going to lay these on here. You're going to cover up that white piece of paper as much as possible. Don't want that to show through. And this is the body of our mousse. Now, boys and girls, I looked up some mousse facts. We got plenty of books here at the library that have to do with mousse. And did you know that they can be over 7 feet tall? They can weigh 13,000 pounds. So if you ever run into one in the wild, make sure you stay away from them. They're quite big. Those big daddy moose are something not to play with. All right, so once we have all of the sticks on there, we can go ahead and glue our eyes. So you could either put the glue on the back of the eye or put it right on the craft sticks. Okay, now moose have ears as well as the males have the antlers. If you'll notice right here, he's got his ears and his big antlers. Now, in my reading about moose, I found out that the word moose comes from mooswa, which is a Native American word, which means twig eater, because what they do is eat off the bottom of the rivers. They eat plants and twigs that they find at the bottom of the river or a stream or a lake. All right, so we have his eyes on there, and now we want to make some ears. The easiest way to make an ear is just a teardrop, okay? So I'm just going to come to a point, okay, and sort of round it off at the bottom. However you want to make an ear is totally fine with me. So you can lay the two pieces right on top of each other so that they match. And what I've done on here, on my example, is lay them this way. Now in our one picture there, they have them sticking straight out, so that's an option too. So let's put some glue here. We'll just sort of stick him out here. These are his ears. Now, the antlers are the tricky part. So you're going to have a big piece of brown foam in your packet, and we're going to fold that in half. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is use just my ballpoint pen, and I'm going to draw like a bubble letter E. Okay, if you see these 3 points here, sort of looks like an E. You are going to want to have a long sort of a stick here so that you have something to glue to. So I'm going to, on here, just draw one bump, and go over a little bit, draw another bump, go over a little bit, draw another bump. And they definitely don't have to be all the same size, because definitely in nature, they're not going to be that way. So you lay the two on top of each other, and we're just going to cut. And this part might be a little tricky for little hands, so if you're not really good with scissors, you may need an adult to help you. So we're just going to cut out those 3 prongs on the antlers. And they don't have to be 3. You can make them 2 or 4, whatever you want to be. You can be creative with this. It doesn't have to look just like mine. All right, so then we're going to have our antlers, and we're going to be able to glue them up underneath. Now, I don't like that point right there, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a little rounder there. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the 2 ends of the antlers, and then we're going to lay them down up underneath there and press it down. And again, boys and girls, remember what I've always said, some of the hardest part of crafts is letting it dry before you pick it up and move it around and put it where you want it or try to play with it. Now, moose can also swim. According to the research I read, moose can swim 10 miles before they get too tired. Moose can also run and sprint. According to my information, 35 miles an hour. Now that's fast. So be careful. If you're ever up where the moose are, don't go try playing with one. The final thing is helping this little moosey breathe, okay? And so we're going to want to have some nostrils down here. And so having a Sharpie, or if you had black paint, that would work too. So we're just going to make our ovals here. I'm going to go a little bit into that middle one. Try to make them about even. Okay. And that's all there is to it, boys and girls. A very awesome, cute little craft stick moose. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Crafty Corner. I'm Miss Lisa for the Fayette County Public Library. Come see me again next week for another awesome animal craft. Bye now.